see if this works. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. This looks good. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, 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 everyone. Let me move this across. Hello, Hammer. Hello, Ollie. Hello, BV. Hello, Carlton. Let's make sure this is all good. So what we can do, we can move this a bit over. What we'll do is we'll move this above there. There we go. Look at that. Boom. 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 There we go. There we go. How is everyone? First timer. Hello, Jason. Welcome to the team, mate. Max. He hasn't moved since lunchtime. Poor boy. Yeah, been in this seat a long time today, but it's been good. It's been good. Let's move this off. Forgot what this line was, but let's remove that. Let's get rid of that. How is everyone? Hello, Krishina. Hello, hello, hello. I have some on. What's going on, Louis? What's on? Hello, Bals. Hello, hello, hello. Good to get back trading today. Nice crab. Hello, Flitspeed. Hello, hello, hello. By the way, let me know what you think of the sort of vertical format. Testing a new format. I think it looks pretty good. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me just clean this screen, make sure it's all good. And then let me know how your day was at the charts today, guys. From last night's live, we did have this level marked up here, which was hit within 0.3 pips, which is pretty crazy. So if we go onto the lower time frame here, you can see this level, which was marked up last night. You can go onto last night's live and see, but I mean, pretty insane. So last night's live, we had that marked up and it literally hit within 0.3 pips. Pretty interesting day though. I think a lot of people were looking for the bounce, but definitely staying patient today worked a treat for everyone who did stay patient. But let me know how you did find today. We can definitely mark up some nice things going into tomorrow. There's a few things that are really standing out straight off the bat. But let me know how your day was, guys. Let me know. Did you get into any positions? Let me know. Let me just grab my water. By water, I mean Monster. I'm not back on the Monster, obviously. No. Staying healthy. But yeah, let me know how you got on today. And then we'll get into marking the charts. If you are new to the live, what we tend to do is have a quick catch up, see how everyone found today, then answer any questions that come up, mark up the charts, come up with a plan for tomorrow, and then we normally switch over to Zoom and do a trading quiz. The trading quizzes are very, very, very good. Definitely really interactive, fun, and then you'll definitely learn something as well, hopefully. So yeah. Evening all. Hello, Lee. Trade on today, no news Mondays, so stinking gold. Nice, Jay. That's good. Hello, Tony. Monster 8 PM is crazy work. He definitely is. Hello, Lee. Yo, Max. Macca in the house. You in the UK. I saw you earlier, but was in the gym. How's the gang? iPad Neil must be a millionaire by now. Have you heard about German? What happened with German, Darren? What happened? And then Macca, it's good to have you back. Macca with the all capitals. How's the TV, Macca? Nothing crazy today, a couple of opportunities, but being busy with work. Okay, nice hammer. I was very impatient and lost a couple money, so there will be another letter of complaint sent by myself. I hope you're all good, Mark. It was an annoying day. Yeah, it just kept falling. Didn't take any more trades after lunch. Still, minus 150 down today, but not bad. Message Marston discussing 90k payday Friday, so it should happen then. Nice, Louis. That's really, really good. And update me with that. I want to know how things get along with that. Just 4 trades today, taking on board. Less is more. 100% crop. The less trades you take, the more profitable you will be. That's just across the board. That is a stat. If we were to plot on a graph how many trades people take, definitely the people who take less trades profit more. Riding gold, silver, and Bitcoin like a bitch. Love that, Lee. Man like Big T. Love the group. Let's go chat. Love that, man like Big T. Love that. What monster you got, Max? I'm currently slurping an energy punch drink. I've got the original, Jay. You can't beat the original. Monster sponsor the stream. Hello, Alex. Tony, like you already have done. 100%. 100%. Oh, God. Okay, yeah, I did see that, Macca. I did see that. He's had that running for a few weeks. Oh, God. What's your thoughts on it, Macca? Let me know. I know what your thoughts will be, but let me know. Will do for sure. Improve so much when starting. This is nuts. Just need to get a yummy payout soon. Want a bit more of a cushion there first. 100%, Louis. 100%. And then getting that big payout, getting that any payout is such a good spark under your bum. I spoke at length with Tony about this on Friday at the event we did, and just getting that payout, seeing that come through, is it can be a really big shift. Original, the original's the best. You can't, Jay. It goes original, then the white monster, and then everything else. Safari Fund. And Yusuf, how you finding Dubai? How you finding Dubai, Yusuf? Real shot, mate. Hello, Lee. Max should be back again for sure. 100%. Hello, 7 levels. Hello. Seems to have a few new faces in the live tonight, which is really, really good. So welcome all. If you are new to the live, drop a hi in the chat. Let us know you're here. All filled out. I hope. Yeah. And definitely, guys, if you are looking to, improve in trading, I mean, there's a few key things that you can do. I always say them, sound like a broken record player when I'm saying them, but a few key ones. First one, less trades is more. The less you trade, the more profit you will make. You don't need to enter 1 million trades to make a lot of money. Just a couple trades a day is more than enough. 2, risking a set pound amount per trade is also really, really, really good. You don't want to be risking a set lot size per trade. Obviously, not financial advice, guys. And then 3 is journaling your trades. Being able to go back and see what trades you've taken, why you took them, and everything like that can really, really improve. And you can spot patterns as well. You might see that on a Monday, you're really struggling. On a Friday, you're really struggling. Then to stick with Tuesday or Wednesdays, Thursdays. You can go back and see, okay, during this period, I performed extremely well. What did price action look like during that period? Were we in a trending market? Were we in a ranging market? Okay, we were in a ranging market. I know. Excuse me, just eating. Then you can see, okay, I performed better during a ranging market, and then you can focus on that. So yeah. Hello. Hello, I assume Steph. Hello. How you doing, mate? Welcome everyone. I hope everyone's settling. Drew just dropped a nice message in the introduction section of the Discord. So yeah, let me know how you've got on today. Let me know if you've entered any positions, and if so, what positions you've entered. Definitely anyone in shorts today is sitting very, very pretty. Unfortunately, on the market open, it didn't quite come up to the sell zone which we had marked up around. I think it was around 25. We got a we got just a huge dump on market open, which was crazy to see. So yeah, very, very interesting. But yeah, we'll get into marking up the charts then. And if you do enjoy the live, subscribing and liking and all that stuff helps the live as well. I don't know how to turn that off. Okay, so let's go over this. So we're still ranging at the bottom here. We're still in this sort of sideways period after this big impulse move to the downside. Obviously, a huge 10% move down on gold was very, very large. I think it was the biggest move down in however many years. It was huge. So capitalizing off that with this range here. We did have this potential buy position yesterday on the live that we marked up, and that was hit literally perfectly. So let's mark up some stuff. So these few trend lines here, very important, especially this one. I'm going to mark this one up here. I'm going to change the style of this to red so we know it's important. And then actually I quite like this one. We'll make this one red as well. So I like these. That one's lower time frame, so I'll probably remove that. I can't be asked with that one on my chart. Gonna pull this one down here. Okay, so I do like starting off marking up charts with trend lines just to get a nice base. I don't exclusively trade off trend lines at all. I want to see confirmations. I want to see confluence at trend lines to really take advantage of them. I would say to anyone when you're trading, never just trade off one thing. Having confluence between multiple areas is always a really, really good idea. So keeping that in mind is very, very strong. So yeah, we're going to go off these two. So we've got this nice trend line here, this nice trend line here. And again, if you've got any questions regarding the private group, let me know as well. I'll happily answer any questions on that front as well. Okay, what we can do now is a bit of a lower time frame one, but what stands out a lot is from this high here to this low, lining up with this trend line here, this golden pocket, and these previous lows as well. So what we can do is mark this up. We can go golden pocket plus trend plus golden pocket trend plus prev lows. Mark this out as well. There we go. You sent me a very questionable thing hanging off the ceiling at Dubai Mall. Check the general Discord. Wait, that will do after this, Yusuf. I'm really curious now. When I had a white monster, it tasted like medicine, disgusting, 59p boosts. Aware it's at cherry flavoured. Alex, no. No. Come on now. Stick with the proper stuff. Know where the real order is. White monster, green nitro, energy punch, pipeline punch, Pacific punch. Jay, I'll punch you if you say that order to me again, okay? No way. Original monster comes first. It's not even close. Is pork how sweet? I don't even know what that one is. Los Blancos. Hello, Lay Locums. Hello. Oh, good dude. Trafo burner phone. Who's Alex McKenzie using the Bugatti Alex on his profile? Lol, 100. Maka, that's Alex. He's been in the group for a long time. He backtests a lot of these groups as well. So he knows. He knows Maka. He knows. Yes, passed my 25k funded account today. Only took me a day. Nice, Reese. Actually, I saw that in the Discord, Reese. Really, really nice. Hopefully this time you can avoid getting messed up by the firm. That was unfortunate what happened last time, so hopefully that changes. Okay, Louis. I'm trying out different formats. I'm intrigued to see what you guys think of vertical versus horizontal. I can make the chart bigger on the bottom. So, Sham. So when talking about funded, it's important that, you know, even if a funded account is cheaper than the rest, if we think of it in terms of from the from the funded account side, okay. 1 second, let's put this. Let me make this more visible. So cheaper funded doesn't mean better at all. Most prop firms work like this. So their revenue comes from the amount of challenges that they sell. That's their revenue, okay? And an expense for the prop firm is the payouts which they pay out. And so if they're not making that much revenue from the challenges, then that means they can't pay out as much, because if their challenges don't cost much and they're not making much revenue, then they can't pay out as much because they won't make as much profit. So thinking about it from the prop firm side, cheaper definitely doesn't mean better. In most cases, it means worse. And so yeah. Shout out to Alex McKenzie. Yeah, definitely. This chart doesn't have a great eyesight. Someone has to pay for it. Normally, me. Yeah, Flint Speed. Exactly, and that's what it's like. So keeping that, that is important. Wait, let me just reload this. There we go. Yeah. So when you're doing prop firms, keeping that in mind is very important. I think a prop firm first. I think it can be a good challenge to set yourself in terms of passing the challenge and potentially getting a payout. But most prop firms relying on those payouts long term just isn't sustainable, as they'll either deny your payouts or you'll get banned or whatever like this. Like it's insane how many prop firms you can get banned from, and even FTMO, member of the group, got banned from FTMO last week. So he got banned from multiple. So definitely keep that in mind when trading props. And what's the lowest entry on you funded? I want to build from the bottom due to capital. Okay, Sham. So the lowest is 45k, and it's around 1,000. So it would be good to see the trade floor if you're in Dubai before Saturday. Yeah, Yusuf, I will. What day and time are you going back, Yusuf? Going back, Darren. So I'm just on the outskirts of London. Whereabouts are you based, Mecca? We're an equity from prop firms. I agree with that, Steph. I agree with that. Extract as much as you can. It can be a very good a good way to go, but just understanding that the likelihood of you getting your payout denied and the likelihood of you getting banned is very high. Again, the private funding service we have inside the private group, you don't. There is not a single person who has been denied a payout. It doesn't happen, and this month we'll get over $250,000 in payouts from them. It just doesn't happen. So yeah. No, eyes are fucked. Someone said electricians are meant to have good eyes. So yeah, just be careful when it comes to prop trading. I think treating the challenge as, a challenge and as like a stepping stone. But like I say, in terms of relying on them for consistent payouts, for the vast majority of them, it's just not good, and eventually you'll get banned. And that's why I sort of push the private funding service that we have inside the group so much, because you can scale up and you're secure with the payouts, which is really important. We have had people who are scaling, they hop on a 45k, they make 2k. Then they upgrade to a 90k and they make 6k, and then they upgrade to 180k and they make 8k. Then now they're on a 360k, making 20k this month. Like multiple members, multiple, probably around 10 members have gone down that exact route, and they've gone from like 45k to around like the 180. Then they've gone to the 360, and now they're up over 20k this month. So that has been a common path in the group, which is really good. Hello, Loco. Flying home 5 a.m. Saturday, 1st of November. Okay, Yusuf, I'll have to plan that out because I really want to be back to see you. That'd be really, really, really cool, Yusuf. FTMO aren't any better than others. They've just beat the system better than the other props, exactly, because they're more trusted. They get more people buying the challenges, so more money for them to... Yeah, exactly, Alex. I couldn't have put it better. And then also their challenges, a lot of them are like, quite difficult, and they still do have a consistency rule. It's just that they've renamed it to a gambling rule, which means that they can just deny your payout for whatever reason. Something which I sort of live by with most things is look around you. Look who is making money with it, who has had payouts with it. Okay, in the group, I don't see many people really at all getting payouts with any other prop firm, but I see a ton of people getting paid big money with YouFunded, with the private funding service we have in the private group. Like that just says to me like huge volume. And the private funding service, they are more expensive than others. Like the amount of people getting like the $20 to $100 challenges, lots of people do, but you just don't see the payouts that come from them. And don't get me wrong, look, paying 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds for a challenge, and challenging yourself to just pass that and get that like sort of badge of honor, I don't know what to call it, isn't a bad idea. Okay, and if you get the payout, look, that's a bonus. But I don't think that's the main way to look at it for longevity. Yusuf was looking for you, asking people around the Creek area if they've seen some Lancry strawberry blonde blummy guy walking around with a Red Bull. Yusuf, that's brilliant. Yusuf, where have you been so far, Yusuf? Where have you been? I saw you in downtown earlier next to the Burj. Where have you been? Where else have you been? Let me know. I can probably recommend you a few cool places to go. Wow, so sneaky by them, FTMO, to still keep on the consistency rule on, but rename it subtly. Yeah, no, they're smart. They're very, very smart. And FTMO do have the client base to where if you do, pass the challenge and you do follow the rules, you probably will get paid out. But if you consistently get paid out, from what I've seen before, they will ban you. And then also there is always the chance that they just turn around and don't. And that's an absolute pain. And I see it. And something which I mentioned before, which I think a lot of people stuck with, and I really do believe, is if you become consistent, you're doing really well, and then you invest in a challenge, you pass the challenge, you're really hyped up, your confidence is at an all-time high, and then you go on to get a payout, and then the payout gets denied, that just will, it causes it demoralizes you. And you can really lose that confidence, and confidence is very important in trading. Not cockiness, but confidence. And once that's gone, it's so hard to rebuild, so hard. So yeah, I think props are good for discipline, but in terms of making money, it's so much worse than instant funding. I agree. Like YouFunded, you pay 1k, make 15%, you're up 6.5k. On any of the props, you've made fuck all. Yeah, 100%, Alex, 100%. And that's a huge thing as well. Once you've done the challenge, if you were just done that on the instant funded, you would have made that. You'd have made that entire money. If you're confident you're going to go on to pass the challenge, then you might as well always go for the instant funded option. Like, you'll be up more money. Like, it makes very little sense to go for the challenge one. But to challenge yourself, it can be good. And I think Steph said it in the chat there. Just 20, 50 quid to I guess challenge yourself. It's not bad at all. So the phone, so let me know tomorrow. Maka, either drop me a message on Instagram at Max Colez, MAXCOLEZ, or on Telegram, MW Colez or ColezTrades support. and you can get a hold of me there. Macca's funny, man. I love Macca being on the live. The all caps gets me. Yeah, that's true, Steph. You can reframe it. If I like that, actually. If they ban you, you know you're on the right path. Very true. I think a better, honestly, a badge of honor. That's actually really cool, Steph. I really like that idea. I think a badge of progress in trading isn't the payout. It's getting banned by prop firms. That shows you're truly doing well. I think getting banned from prop firms is probably the biggest, like, you're on the right track there is, really. That's a good point. I like that a lot. No, Andy, you don't have challenges. You pay £50, you pay. You get that back. You're playing with free, so you get a payout. It's a bonus, I guess. Yeah, exactly, Alex. That's what I said. I did a message, I think yesterday or the day before, saying it was in the Discord actually, so I don't think many will have seen it. Me and Craig was talking about it, and I chimed in. But yeah, it's a bonus. What's an official, unquestionable title I can give myself as a trader? To my dad, I'm a professional gambler. I don't like that. Louis, I had a conversation with someone the other day regarding this, and they said, professional gambler. And I said, no. So I don't like the word gambler. So I said, okay. She said, what was it? It was educated gambler. And I said, no. So I did it in terms of horse racing, okay? So if you walk into the bookies and you look at a horse and you go, you know what, that number looks good, and then you put the money on it, you're a gambler. That's gambling. If you walk into the bookies and you go, okay, this horse has been performing well recently, and it's on a track, and it normally performs well in the rain, and it's raining, I'm going to go on that horse. That's an educated gambler, okay? Whereas if you walk into the bookies and you know every single horse, you know how they've performed on the last 10, 20 races, you know the track, you know how each horse performs in each type of weather, you know how a horse is sort of feeling on that day, you know each jockey, you know how they perform on each course, and you compile all of that data to come up with alpha, an edge, a statistical edge, and you leverage that edge, not across one race, but across hundreds of races to profit over time. That isn't gambling at the end of the day. That's finding an edge in the market. Finding an edge in horse racing. What do you want to screen record, Louis? What do you mean? Yeah, it'll be, it's auto-uploaded after on YouTube. It's gambling, but most people don't understand the real definition of gambling, so it redefines the word gambling as a negative thing to people instead. Yeah, very true, Hammer. Very true. Smart way of putting it. Will do. Okay, thanks. All good. Going to rinse my dad. That's funny. Then there's very, very, very few. Something which is really, really interesting. There's so few actual professional gamblers in the world. Now that is a rare thing. Everything I do is calculate, not gambling. Yeah, I hate the word gambling. If I were to say, okay, is the casino gambling? No, because they have a statistical edge. They have that green space on the roulette table, okay? They have an edge, okay? That's what we are. We're not the gambler in the casino. We are the casino, okay? We've got a small edge, which we leverage across hundreds of people, across hundreds of trades, thousands of trades, to profit over time. We're not the gambler. We're the casino. Flip speed, that's a good one. So normal old timers don't know about anything online. Like, bro, be supportive. I'm trying to retire you. Louis, that's good. To be fair, though, we do have majority of people in the group are actually, the average age in this group is about 45 to 48. We do actually have an older audience in the group, and I really like that that atmosphere, that environment, because it's not, it's not everyone just being like, I want to drive, I'm 18 and I want to drive Lambos by the time I'm 19. It's not that environment. It's the environment of, okay, I've been working for 20 years. I'm sick of it. I'm being taxed to hell and I've got no savings to show for it. Okay, I need to find there must be a better alternative now. And I'm sick of this. Like, I want to provide for my family. I want to take them on holidays a few times a year, and I want to pay off my mortgage. And this job just isn't doing it. Things are going to shit. I need to find an alternative. And I feel like that's a lot of people's mentalities in the group, which is a lot better mentality than I'm 18 and I want to drive a Lambo by the time I'm 19. I don't feel old now. Yeah, Katie, not at all. We've got members in the group who are 60, 70 plus. Opening a restaurant or takeaway or any business is a gamble. Learn strategies and invest without paying rent or business rates. Set stop loss, trade less, but trade well. Follow the strawberry blonde. What's this strawberry blonde talk, Yusuf, man? But yeah, I agree. And trading is like any other business. You have to treat it like another business. You have to. Businesses require investment. Businesses are risky, but businesses and owning a business, becoming a trader, is a way you can make seriously big money without having a boss. It's like who was there when that woman came in at the conference and she asked me who my boss was. Who saw that? Who described my life? Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are in that position. 50 happy earning my wages so I can go part-time / retire. Yeah. I'm 60, my plan is to have a better retirement in place. Exactly. Invoice lady. Yeah. The one, I think a great position anyone can be in is she came in and she wasn't happy for some reason. And she asked me who my boss was. And I said, I don't have a boss. and being able to say that is pretty cool. You know? And then I turned around and I said to everyone, there's a lesson to be learned right there. Who's my boss? I don't have one. And you are your own boss, which is, don't get me wrong, it's, it can't be understated. We've got a few members who are going full time sort of before 2026. And you've got to really hold yourself accountable. There isn't someone above you to tell you to be up for work at whatever time and then you can leave, okay? And then you need to focus on this, you need to focus on this. You need to take full accountability. Like it's not a walk in the park, and that's something which can't be overstated. Flitzfleet, I just want a Lambo. Bet that felt good, Max. It did. In hindsight, in hindsight, yeah. In the moment, I was just like, "What is going on?" I was focused on how we get 40 people from this room to the restaurant on time. But looking back, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool moment. Yeah, exactly, Christina. Louis, these winks. I want to go full time. Sarah, I think everyone in the group does, and it's definitely there. You can definitely do it. I'm 51 and sick of working for fucking buttons. Yeah, Mark, 100% see that. 110%. And like I said before, I think it does resonate with a lot of people. A lot of people in the group do just want to make that extra money so they can have a nicer retirement. They can do this, they can do that. And people just realise that there isn't that much opportunity outside of trade. And then starting up a business outside of trade and like a traditional, like let's say you want to go into e-commerce or you want to open up like a store or something like that. Oh, I've been there and tried those and it's not fun. Yeah, Katie, as you're representing the younger generation of ColezTrades, get me my green Lambo now. But Alex, you see, you've got a long way to go, and I think a good one thing is when you're young, I mentioned this before, but a long time ago, and I think bringing it back up is very important. And this is something which no one else really says. Everyone says when you're young, you need to take huge risks and do this and do that, but you've got time on your side. Okay, you've got a lot of time on your side. You can allow compounding to take effect and make serious money. So just focus on making, an extra £500 here, then an extra £1,000, then 2,000, 5,000, etc. Investing that, properly. Just keep it simple. Index funds. A little tangent is, on average, women actually perform better as investors, because women don't tend to try and outperform the market. They just invest in index funds and let it go, whereas men largely try and pick stocks out and try and outperform it. They think this biomedicine company is gonna, create the cure to cancer, and they go and it just ends up not going their way. So keep it simple. And then by the time, if you're 22, 23 now, by the time you're 30, 35, which is still very young, you've got a very, very nice cushion to work with. And even if at that point you've saved up, over the course of 13, 15 years investing that extra money which you earn from trading, sort of, to begin with £1,000 a month, then £2,000 a month, then £3,000, £4,000, £5,000, £6,000 a month, investing that, index funds compounding over time, an average return of 10, 12%. By the time you're at that 13 to 14 to 15 years, you've got a nice cushion of 150 to 250k, let's say, plus. Probably a lot more, probably closer to that 400k mark. And then, off the interest off that, you're making a nice chunk of money. If of words. Hey, Steph, is that what you do? You're a copywriter. I find that such an interesting job. Like, how do you find that? I can't wait to go full time. Have my notice in and move to a tax haven. Maybe move to somewhere upmarket like Dudley. I saw the D and I thought I thought you were going to say Dubai. I'm actually got enough money to make a time machine yet. Can we go back to 2013 and buy Bitcoin, Louis? I wish. Go back. I'd reach out to every single member of the group and I'd be like, look, you don't know who I am yet, but you will. Buy Bitcoin now. If you were to go back in time, okay, when Bitcoin was starting, would you just stack Bitcoin, or would you tell everyone around you, or would you just keep it a secret? I'm intrigued by that. She's advertising, really, if you ever watched Mad Men. Steph, what do you think of all of the... I remember, maybe 3-4 years ago now. Actually, it'd probably be about 4 years ago now. There was a huge influx in online people saying copywriting can make you a millionaire. Copywriting's the best way to escape the matrix, and copywriting this and copywriting that, and selling courses on copywriting. What's your view on people selling courses on copywriting to make a lot of money? Because from my view, copywriters can make a lot of money, but it's not like you're going to go digital nomad, making easily 10k plus a month, just copywriting, super easy. I don't see that. So I'm intrigued to hear your thoughts on that. Yeah, I was working out, just turned 19. So if I was to get 50% return of my investment for 20 years, I'd be over $1 million in my account, excluding funded accounts payouts. Yeah, exactly, Alex. 50% is a lot. And yeah, and then once you're over the 5 million mark, that's when interest is tasty. Would it be best to reach a certain level of knowledge about trading before asking for a one-to-one? Lee, if you're thinking about asking a one-to-one for Adam or Jay, I think just going ahead and doing it and getting set off the right direction. If let's say you're working on a car, would you just start hammering away at the car and just try and figure things out? Or would you go to a mechanic first, get a little one-to-one session on how to actually repair the car, and then go and repair the car? okay? And then at a later point, once you've got a good base of knowledge and you've started to do things, then have another catch up in a bit of time. I think that's the best way to go. Asian, I have more losers. Does anyone have the same? Andy, it might be best to avoid Asia session then, as volatility does drop during that session. Hello, Adam. Hello, hello, hello. I'm googling copyrighted. Yeah, and everyone in here, Adam's just said there. If you do want a quick one-to-one with Adam, definitely he'll point you in the right direction, give you the nudge you need to move forward. Definitely drop a message. And Adam, I saw you replied to it actually. I did drop your message earlier. Something that I want to do pushing into 2026 is really get that introduction, like that support in that initial period when people are first coming into trading, because it's easy to see that everyone's got a little bit of a base of knowledge, and that's naive on my part, definitely. So we do have a lot of people who are completely brand new, and they do pick it up very quickly. But I think making that transition and giving them that base of knowledge quicker is something that I want to facilitate, definitely. And by the way, let me know you guys' thoughts on the idea I put in the private group earlier on, maybe like 2 hours ago. Car analogy today, Yusuf, exactly. It's just psychology wrapped up in words. I mean, if you strike the right deals with clients like a rev share, then you can make a serious dollar. People pay me around $2,500 a month just to write simple emails. Yeah, I mean, that's really good. So let's say your emails bring the business an extra 100 to 200K a month. You've hit them with a 1 to 3% rev share. You're making bank. Very true. I'm waiting for you, Max, not Adam. I know Adam is good stuff, so no offense, Adam. Love that, Macca. Yeah, I mean, rev share with any business. One business which is crazy is media buying. That business, that is a crazy business model, but that is hard. At a really high level, I don't even know how you go about that. Like, I'm talking the crazy level. Because I think in every business, there's like 99%, and then there's the 1% that are just freaky. And to get to that 1%, crazy. Book call to chat my strategy, my G. Okay, Mark. Sounds good. Something that I'm going to do, definitely when I'm back in Dubai, sort of, let me think, second week of next month, I'm going to look to do what I did before, which is basically just block up like a few day period and just try and blast out a bunch of one-to-ones, just like catch up with members. I did it before and I did like 50 plus members, and we just, however long it takes, some of them are 30 minutes, some of them are over an hour, and we just go over sort of how you're finding things, and come up with a step-by-step plan going forward. I feel that really helped a lot of members. And so that's something I'm going to do as well. I want to get into sort of like come up with a structure to do that more regularly, as I think it's really, really important. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to do that second week of next month. Last time I did it, like when I opened up spots to do that, they went instantly. And it was really, really good. So just keep an eye out for that. Love the idea for the challenge you posted earlier, but definitely need help from someone when I'm back next week. Yeah, nice, Graham. And yeah, I think it's good because setting up a challenge that forces you to do the things which we all know like will make you improve, but doing it in an environment which like you forces you to do those things, I think is going to benefit everyone. And I'm willing to sort of invest in that because I think it will really help. And after a month of that, I feel like everyone will come out of that challenge like, okay, wait, I've got a really good base here now time to lock in and develop this. I think it'd be really good. I agree with that, Steph. I really agree. There's money everywhere. You should have grabbed it. Got a video coming to you on Telegram soon, mate. Whenever you got 2 minutes to look at it, just personal improvement stuff. Yeah, Louis, I love your catch ups, Louis. I really do. So yeah, definitely drop that. Max, you're such a good businessman looking for opportunities. Make sure you get some rest, though. I appreciate that, Katie. I appreciate that a lot. And yeah, I do actually have a notes on my phone with just ideas that I come with, but I like to focus on right now, just focusing on my trading, and then focusing on the group, and then I have a few other things as well. But whenever I come up with ideas, just 'cause I like thinking, I always write them, and I'm like, that's such a sick idea. I've always done it for like the past, I don't know, 10 years. So I've got like 10 years of ideas in my notes on my phone. I'm telling you, billion pound ideas in there. But you've got to focus on one thing. A huge shift that I had, which really helped me, and I see this happen a lot. This is insane. The biggest killer of entrepreneurs I see is focusing on too many things at once. There are so many people I know in Dubai who are doing like 10 to 15k a month, and they're doing like loads of things, and so just focusing on one thing, and this helped me a lot because I remember the day actually. I went and met a lad, a French guy, and I was doing good money, like I was doing all right. And then he said that to me. He said, "Okay, just focus on the thing which is making you the most money, and just focus on that." And at that point, it was trading. And so I came away from that, and I sacked off all the other little things I was doing. I was doing like loads and loads of little things at that point. And in that month, I mean, I did a good amount of money for that stage of my life. I did a good amount of money. Mindset money, maybe get someone to do that. Just another idea, help the community with psychology. Mindset Monday, I like that. We do have a mindset section of the group, but maybe focusing on that. I like that, Katie. We could build on that idea some more, and definitely make it fill it out. Tell the people about your trading journey and when you became profitable. What were the small things you changed to go from little bits to consistent? Yeah, so I think I'll sort of re-go over my journey. A lot of you have heard this before, but I think it's important. And something which before we get into that, one thing is at the event that we did on Friday, because we were in person and everyone saw, like I made it very clear that I'm just a normal person. Like everyone here is just normal people. Like we're not some crazy this, crazy that. We're no different. We've just made slightly different decisions, and that's it. And so basically, I got into in school. I got into crypto. Basically, this really sketchy guy in school. Not sketchy in like he's sketchy or like not in a good way. Like he was a really big weird guy. His name was Liam. Very weird guy. And I don't even know how he did it. He got like these randomized JPEGs, like images off the internet that contained Bitcoin wallets. I really don't know what he was doing, but like occasionally they'd hold like a good amount of Bitcoin. And so he did that, and he had about $500,000+ in Bitcoin that he split up between a lot of different wallets, invested in loads of different altcoins and stuff like that. And really sketchy guy, really sketchy guy. And so I heard about that, and so I wanted to learn more. And so I got into crypto, invested a bit in Bitcoin, invested a bit in Ethereum, and just got into the full crypto space. At that point, I was trying everything as well. I tried Amazon FBA, I tried private label, I tried like selling jewelry. I went around shops and I bought um, like cheap things from shops, and I resold them on like Amazon and eBay, and loads of things. I remember one time in particular, I forgot what shop it was. I think it was Asda. They came out with this Disney Little Mermaid thing, like Little Mermaid doll. That movie had just come out with the Little Mermaid, and they accidentally priced it wrong. It was meant to be like £35, and they priced it at £15. So I went into these shops with a big trolley and filled the trolley, took every single one of these mermaids, and I went round every single, I'm pretty sure it was Asda, in Birmingham, and I just cleared the shelves of this toy. And then I resold them on eBay and Amazon, and that was a really good one. I'd go into TK Maxx. I remember one of them. I went into Boots. I remember a Boots near me. They had diapers on clearance. If I can make money, I'm making money. I went into the shop and I cleared the shelves of diapers. You could only bring out 10 diapers at once. So I had to go in. I bought the clearance diapers. I went out, and then I'd go back in and buy another 10, and then I'd go out. But they were listed for like £5. You can sell them online for like £20 to £25. So I did that. I was doing all that at the same time. Like, I tried everything, okay? I tried Amazon KDP, so print on demand, whatever it was called. Everything. Business models, which I don't even want to say on here. Everything, okay? And then from there, crypto went well, and then crypto went not so well. I was really getting involved in sort of the like basically scalping altcoins, and it went really well. And then one day it went not so well, and it was really not good. At that point, I was working in McDonald's as well. I'd go to school from like 8 till like 3:15. I'd walk home, and then I'd get a taxi to work, and work from 4 till 12 at Mackey's, and do that 5 days a week. And then on the weekend, and where I could, I'd be on my phone and my laptop doing whatever. And then and crypto went really, really well, and then crypto went not so well. And then after that, I lost a serious amount of money. Like, I was like 17 at that time, and I'd lost like tens and tens of thousands. It was like the biggest percentage loss I had. And then from there, I was like, okay, I remember specifically, I was on my break. I was on a weekend. I'd take like extra shifts at Mackey's. And yeah, I'm rambling now, but it's good to go into a little bit of detail. And I remember I was on my break at Mackey's, and normally I'd go on my phone, and I was just sat there on like a 6-2 from 6 in the morning till 2 p.m. Just sat there eating this double McMuffin. I was like just staring into the abyss. Anyway, long story short, well, this is a long story long, but you get the picture. Then from there, I was like, okay, I know I can do this. I've done this before. I can do this. So then I just really like locked in with trading. I sort of went down the biggest rabbit holes ever. I went down a rabbit hole so bad that I actually found a channel which like went into some crazy detail on a lot of different crypto projects and crypto channels. And one day the channel completely disappeared. Like, completely disappeared, and I still to this day don't know what happened. It got erased offline, and it was calling out some big names in the space, and it got removed off YouTube. You can't find it. You cannot find this crypto channel. It was insane. It was like a really weird thing what happened. I'm still confused. But yeah, then I just completely locked in, tried trading all sorts of different coins, back tested for hours and hours and hours every single day. I remember my setup would be on the weekends, I'd like order pizza. I'd have like a chart up here. I'd have a journal up here. Then I'd have Netflix up on here, and I'd be watching a movie, back testing like with my journal. I'd do that all weekend. And then from there, continued, eventually rotated to just gold and Bitcoin. And then started to see consistency, start to scale as much capital into my trading as humanly possible. And then money that I still had from crypto, scaling into that as well. And then just compounded. And And eventually I was making pretty good money. So that's it, long story short. Long story long. I can ramble on, guys. I can ramble on for days. Be careful what questions you ask. You might be here all night. What was the turning point that made trading click and you went, oh, nice, I just do this and money boom, lush mint moment? Definitely one of them was risking a set pound amount. Like that to me, I'd never seen that. Like no one spoke about that. No, like risk management, everyone said risk management, but no one actually said like, okay, you're saying risk management, what does that even mean? Like what's going on? And so from there, I just started risking a set dollar amount, and I was like, wait there. Okay, with this, all I need to do is make a few R a month, and then that compounded with this amount of capital, doing this. Okay, I can do seriously well with this. Like it made it just simpler. That was really nice. Understanding that another big thing. So that was one big thing. Second big thing was understanding that I am the system as well. So it's not just, I said it on last night's live, but going into a bit more detail, a lot of people think, oh yeah, you just learn a system, and then and that's it. You learn a system and that's it. No, the money isn't there. The money's becoming an expert on said system. That's where and learning when to use the system, learning when to not use the system. When I sort of had that like moment where I was like, okay, it's not about the system. It's about when I use the system and when I don't use the system. Okay, I need to become a system myself. I need to learn when I perform well and when I don't perform well, and that can give you a seriously big edge. So, for example, like 3 months ago, there was price action, which was just beautiful. And in that group, just on the signals that I put in the group, was like 19.94R, and that was just on the signals. You know, there are trades that I can't play in if they're too quick scalping. Like I know I perform well during that price action, and so leveraging that is really good. Darren, someone's been on the monster. I think I rambled on a bit too much there. It's Louis with these questions. Louis, stop asking me in detail questions, man. When do you realise trading can be taught? What made you create this platform? Well, glad you did, by the way. Appreciate that. God, we've got some great questions coming out tonight. Look, I love a little bit of a ramble. I don't know if you can tell. But I was going live on TikTok, and a lot of people, they'd join, and they'd say something like, they'd say some like weird question to try and like call me out. And then I'd say an answer which they hadn't really heard of. Like I went against what they thought a lot of trading was, and then they'd stay because they'd be like, wait there, this guy has a point. And then that just the TikTok live just went boom. Like I went live on TikTok just because I wanted to share my opinion. I saw a lot of shit in the space, as you can tell, I enjoy talking, and I had a laugh. It was really, really fun. I loved it, and then before long, like I'm talking a week, I had like 250 people watching every single live, and I was like, okay, people like what I'm saying. This is pretty cool. And I think it just came from a different angle that they hadn't really heard of. A very no smoke and mirrors, no bullshit response, and people liked it. Yeah, the monster's really hitting now. Simulate training against your own psychology. Yeah, I agree with that, Steph. I agree with that. And by the way, Steph, I don't know if you're under a different name, but you've come out with some really, really good points tonight, mate. Definitely it's been good having you. I miss the TikTok days. Saying the TikTok days were hilarious, man. I loved the fact that random people would join and they'd say something like really outlandish, and then I'd break down their question like in detail, and then they'd be like, "Oh, that makes it." Like it was so funny. It was really good. This person likes. Oh God, XPR. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I mean, there are probably people up that much. You slash so many haters. Yeah, it was brilliant. It was brilliant. Podcast, definitely. I did go on a podcast before, but they didn't bring it out. I think because the podcast was sponsored by a prop firm that I don't particularly agree with. And so they wanted to talk about prop firms, and they wanted me to say, yeah, prop firms are really good and you can scale your capital. And I didn't say that at all. And it went kind of against what they maybe thought. I have a feeling that was it, because other than that, it was a really great conversation. And really nice guys. Like it was super nice. They were very, very respectful, very, very nice. But yeah, I don't know why it didn't go out. That's the only reason I can think of, because it was a really great conversation. We touched on a lot of great points, and yeah, appreciate that, Mark. Scroll up and look at the quote. What's the quote? Sorry, great quote, match your love. A trader's main goal should be to take the most perfect trades possible. The money comes second. Well, that is such a... Okay. View on the shit talk. True, Yusuf. Very true. Sorry, mate, for some reason I can't change my name on here. I'm in the Discord. Just Stefan is my name. Okay. Okay, cool. That makes sense. Integrity. Exactly. Okay, we've gone a bit of a ramble. Let's actually get into the chart. Oh, God, we've been live for over an hour, and we haven't even really looked at the charts too much. Okay. Let's fuel up. Get the energy. God, I'm not sleeping tonight. Tonight is a night where if you drop me a message, I'll probably respond in 0.1 seconds with about 3 paragraphs, because I will be up at 4 a.m. Now I've just realised what's going on tomorrow. Oh no. Shit. Not. Okay, I've just moved the monster away. I don't know if you heard that. Bring the water's here now. Okay. So, so what's going on? It's just a busy day, Katie. A lot of big meetings, actually. But I have actually got some important thing that I've got to do tonight as well. So it's actually worked out quite well. I just won't sleep as much. One of the things I've got to do tonight is look through the boot camp. Craig gave a really good update last week, but I haven't had time to go back through it. Obviously, the event and everything sort of crossed with that, but I'm looking forward to going through that. So going through all of that, I think that'll be really, really cool. And then just tomorrow, a lot of stuff. And then the group's very, we've got a lot of things sort of cooking right now. I don't know what that hand action was. Ignore that. Don't screen record that. But yeah, a lot of things are sort of molding into place. So he's getting married tomorrow. I hope not, Yusuf. That'd surprise me. Okay, so we got golden pocket trend line, previous lows here, previous lows from this here, previous lows here. So you can see we've bounced here, we've bounced here, we've bounced here, we've bounced here. We finally broke through to the downside, and so one would expect that we would retest that ceiling there. So that's previous lows. Trend line here, you can see just from these highs here, I've just extrapolated it out. And then golden pocket here. Golden pockets from this high to this low. We've got the golden pocket there, which is really nice. So I really like this sell level here. We have already touched the extremity of this level here. So this golden pocket's kind of not really valid anymore. This looks like a potential double bottom here if we do form divergences though, which we are forming. We have formed divergence. So sort of buys in this general area, in this zone, don't look bad at all. Again, divergence formed. So for those who ask about divergences, clean example here. We can literally show you. We'll zoom in. This is on the 5-minute time frame, so I do like to look for confirmations on the lower time frames. So we can see here, this price has got lower, whereas momentum has got higher. this shows a divergence and a potential reversal forming. That's what I mean by divergence. And you can find divergences in any oscillator. I personally do like using the Fu Manchu though. I know a lot of members do. And a lot of people who have got the Fu Manchu like dialed in, they also use it as well, which is really nice. Screen recording my next clip. Oh God, not that. They scare me, they do. You said earlier, was that based on closing 50% at +1? And yeah, Krishina, yeah, that was, so there was, when price action was really nice to me, there was 1 month which was 19.94, and then the next month was like 16, 17. And that was purely based on the actual signals. I always hold 10 to 30% of the position. And if we think 3-4 months ago on gold, if you'd hold 10 to 30% of your position, how significantly that would be up now. And I say that after every single gold position and Bitcoin position. I think it's really good to hold partials, but just keeping it super objective, super objective. Those signals, if you closed out 50% at 1-to-1 and closed out the rest at 1-to-2. Very simple, 19.94 hour, which is very good. And that shows, understanding the price action you're in and really going for it when you're in good conditions. I mean, imagine that 19.94, but you held 10 to 30% of your position from whatever it was, 3,500 up to over 4K. You can see how that 20 hour was more like, a lot more, like 50 plus. Just from that 1 month, which is extremely good. Like, extremely good. Okay. Katie, so it's in the, if you just go on the YouTube channel, it's just on there. And you can just, all you do is you pull down I assume you're on an iPhone. At the top of your screen, you pull it down, you click the record button, and then you go onto the live. Like you go onto the video, the recording, and then it screen records the video. Katie, if you need help with that, just at Nathan in the clipping Discord, or put a message in. He's really on it with it, and me and him are cooking up some craziness, by the way. It's just that's a very complicated new space, and so we're constantly pivoting. It's a very it is, yeah, it's complicated. It's pretty stupid, but if you divide your profit, but you risk in R. What do you mean by that, flit speed? What do you mean? Oh, good, Katie. No, there's no stupid question here. Okay, so just from for gold, very simple. I'm looking for this as a potential sell position, and then I'm looking for buys in this area here. But I want to see divergences first. We'll take a quick look at Bitcoin. And then let me know if you want to do a quiz tonight, and we'll switch over to Zoom and do a quick quiz. We keep the quizzes quick. I think it's a lot better doing it that way. So you just hop on 10 questions. If you don't know the answer, go over the answer and why it is the answer, and then we'll go from there. I think that's a nicer way of doing things. Okay. Could be another bull flag forming here. Shout out to Chris, who nailed the bull flag from last night's live. Literally on market open, boomed up. Really nice work there. We'll change this color to green. There we go. Boom. And then if you're on the live earlier on today, by the way, you will have seen we were anticipating a move down from those highs on Bitcoin, which it did end up doing, and we are still forming divergences, so not 100% confident on that bull flag. All good, Katie, all good, but definitely not. It's a busy night, busy day, but happy. While I'm in the UK, I want to make the most of it. Like there's people who I need to, like, it's good to meet and catch up with, and so yeah, it's important to shake a few hands now and then, I think. So yeah. Yeah, there was a live at Los Blancos. There was a live at 1:30. I'm gonna try, and now I won't be able to do it every day, but try and do lives over New York Open, and yeah, love that, Mark. Look, focus on the charting, definitely. Okay, I want to zoom out a little bit. Okay, this is still my overall sort of plan. Like, obviously, it's not going to go exactly to this, but I do think we take out this low on Bitcoin. I really do think we do. And then come down to this trend line and then hopefully see a move up from there. I think that makes a lot of sense. We've seen a nice liquidity grab on this high now. I think we're coming down on Bitcoin. Yeah. I think we're coming down. We've took out the low here. Money flow's curving down. If we look on the 30-minute time frame, momentum's curving, money flow's dropped through the floor. We are getting a slight divergence on the 1 hour here. That doesn't look particularly nice. Yeah, I think Bitcoin's going to drop from here. Yeah, money flow's going absolutely through the floor on every time frame. No divergences on the lower time frame. We can't really mark up a sell because we're already, there's like not a low to pull from. We'll take a look here though. Could be see this high volume node here. If that's a naked point of control from today, it could be quite good. Where's the VWAP at? Where's the daily open? Daily open's down there. Okay, we've broke through that daily open as well. Let me remove this. Remove this. Okay, and we've got a 4-hour level there as well. I anticipate there to be a fib here as well. So what we'll do is we'll mark this up here. Boom, boom, boom. And then we'll go fib, question mark, plus naked point of control, plus trend, plus 4-hour. I don't know, it was a daily actually. Was that just withdrew £800 from my crypto holdings, ready to buy at 90k on Friday. Nice, Louis. Nice. Los Blancos, I posted it in the public Telegram. Very nice, Louis. Very, very nice. Okay, let's do this. So what was that? Sorry, press return, i.e. profit 2,100 risk is 20R. Yeah. Flip speed, yeah, exactly. If you make 20R and you're risking £100, that's £2,000 profit. Steph, which VWAP are you on about? The oscillator VWAP down here or the VWAP that I put on the chart? Because I normally have 2 VWAPs on. Showing after son's birthday cake. Laurent. Evening, Laurent. How you doing? How's your son's? Happy birthday to your son. Oscillator sauce. Yeah, so this is on the Vu Manchu. So VUMANCHU. And then the settings I have for this, I'll whip them up now. But they're basically just a bit clearer. So I'll go down here. The main one is I make the money flow area multiplier 300 to make it a bit thicker, so we can see it a bit better. I'm just I saw myself there. I need a shave. Jeez. But yeah, so I'm gonna remove this so it's a bit clearer. This looks nice. Okay, things that we are objectively forming a bull flag with a divergence on the 24-minute. But overall, I think we do come down. We've broke that now. Let's go on to the 5-minute. Let's have a look. Bitcoin looks really interesting. Right there. We could this. We just haven't got the divergences on the lower time frame. This is an area to watch out for. Definitely an area to watch out for. We got divergences on the 24-minute, but none on the currently on the lower time frames. I like the golden pocket. I like the divergence on the 24-minute. And we could see a buy up to here, and then the sell, which we really want down further. So golden pocket plus trend plus pre-lows. And we've got the psychological level of 114k. See you later, everyone. Good luck on the chart tomorrow. See you in a bit, Louis. Take care. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to get into the quiz now. It's been a long live. We've gone off on a few tangents tonight, guys. There we go. Okay. There we go. I'm going to set alerts for these. All of there, I've got alerts for Bitcoin. Okay, perfect. Love a tangent. Yeah, Laurent definitely went on a few big tangents tonight. But yeah, guys, I think what we'll do now is we're going to rotate over to Zoom. So we do the quiz on Zoom because it zooms just quicker. On YouTube, there's like a few second delay, and it's a bit annoying when doing a quiz because I don't want the answer to come up, and then you guys have got to wait like 3 seconds to see the answer, to act on the answer. It's a bit annoying. So what we'll do is we'll rotate. I watched this format. Johnny, I just thought a different format would be nice. I think I just thought I'd try it. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on this format as well. And again, guys, we're going to rotate over to Zoom now to do the quiz on Zoom. The quiz on Zoom is because it's a bit quicker. Like as soon as the answer comes up, like as soon as the answers come up, you can see them, so you can. It's quicker. But I appreciate everyone. I appreciate everyone tuning in. I appreciate everyone tuning in on the live. And then if you aren't joining us on the Zoom, then take care. Have a great night. I appreciate you joining. It's been some excellent questions tonight. I really do appreciate it. And then if you are joining us on the Zoom, I'll see you in a brief minute. Yeah, Chris, I'll put the charts in the private group just before I go live on Zoom. And then if you're watching this on YouTube, you're not yet in the group, just click the link on my on the YouTube channel or whatever and request to join. And yeah, guys, I'll see you all in a minute. If you're not joining us, take care tomorrow. Have a great day. The week starts Tuesday. And if you are joining us, I'll see you in a brief second. Take care, guys. See you in a bit. Well, see you in a minute.